Hello and welcome back to another video on the Just Callum channel. Today we're looking at a load of sheep. Don't know if you can hear me, not the sheep. Today we're looking at this tent. It is the Vango Iris 600. It's the Exceed collection, as you can see on the back. This isn't your typical backpacking tent. It is, as you can tell, a very big and heavy tent. This is more for camping holidays and different things that are a bit more long lasting than 1 or 2 nights. So what we're going to do is set this tent up, pop it down, I'll show you the sizes, the dimensions, all the different setups inside, and hopefully you'll learn something. Let's get to it. So let's start getting it up. These poles are very big and cumbersome, so I'm just going to make these up so that they are ready to be used as soon as I've got it out and pegged. All I'm going to do, just to start off with, as it's quite windy, I'm just going to peg a couple of the corners down, just so, more than anything, it doesn't blow away. So, front 2 corners pegged. You have sleeves across the whole of the tent. There's your front one, there's your middle, and there's your back. They're all the same length, these poles, so generally I'd use the silver one for the front and the 2 black ended ones for the middle and the back. There we go, feed it through. Then one of you is going to hold the back one up with the assistance of the wind, and the other one is going to feed the pole, the pin, into the second pole. I'll do that. There we go. A bit more life to it. Right, I'll come around here. If you could come here. I've got the wind catching in there so it'd hold. Put the end of that in the pin. Cool. So what you want to do then is just take your peg, put it through your D, and peg it in the ground. And this will hopefully stabilise your tent to a degree. Obviously then go around with your other pegs and peg them out. I'm only going to stick in a couple extra pegs just for a bit of stability. You would, in fact, from there on, just put your inner lining in. Fortunately enough, the inner lining is already in, which makes life easy. So I'm just going to move these out of the way, this edge. I'm going to roll this door up. I'll stick the mesh over the top for the time being. So here we are. Here's the tent. Bit of a faff setting up. I expected, to be fair. Things I would say, definitely want to do. Clip all your little black clips on. That'll just help stabilise your poles. Just to show you the entrance way properly, I'm going to peg the door out. As you can see, there's loads of stability with this tent because there's loads of tensionable D-rings around the base. So this is the tent. So this is the Vango Iris 600. Come on in. You have your lounge area, massive, and you have 2 bedrooms separated by this sort of screen sheet just here. I haven't put the interior up, it's been left inside the tent. But all you'd do is you'd throw the interior in, find the 4 corners, which are marked by the grey base, find the 4 corners, and then the 2 back corners are marked red, so you can match the 2 back corners, match the middle one, and then the front ones. From there you can just follow your tag line all the way around like that, see? And you can just put all your tags in, there you have your inner lining. So space-wise, you've got, well, massive amounts of space. Obviously you've got this window on your right-hand side. Behind you there, you've got a separate entrance / door, and that opens up. I can show you that now. That just opens up from the sides and gives you a separate entrance. That's going to take off if I leave that like that. So there's your separate entrance there. The lounge area, as I say, I'm 5'10", and from the narrowest point there to the top point, it's there. So you're probably looking at about about 2 meters, a meter and a half, a meter and 3/4, between a meter and 3/4 and 2 meters.
How many callums?
1.25.
This way as well.
1.25 callums wide or deep, and then lengthwise. Oh, this is gonna be another one to try. Right? There's, say, one there and 2 there. So it's about 3 meters, 3.5 meters wide by about 1.5 meters to 2 meters deep. So it's a huge lounge area. It is a 6-man, obviously it being the Idris 600. So in the bedroom area, yet again, you have loads of headroom, 5'10", so in the lounge you have another 6 inches on top, so at least 6'2". If you're 6'2" or under, you will be absolutely fine and comfortable. You have all these little tension bands as well, and these just make sure the tent doesn't dip too low in the middle or sprawl out too wide as well. So yeah, so each bedroom houses 3 people, or at least claims to. Space wise, absolutely fine. Loads of room behind me and loads of room above my head. 1, 2, 3. Plenty of room for up to 6 people, obviously 3 on both sides. You of course have your obligatory pockets. This has 6 on the left and 6 on the right, just over here. You could have the option entirely of just completely removing this screen and turning it into one giant bedroom area. Say if there was 3 or 4 of you and you want lots of room, that's an option. But I generally would say just keep the screen up, just because you'll lose it otherwise. So plenty of room, as I say. You've got your window, you've got your air vent in the lower section. You have 2 windows in the front, one here and another one on this side. So if you take those down, obviously if it's a nice sunny day like it is today, you'll have no issue getting lots of light in here. Same with this window on this side, loads of light, which is good. You can take these tension bands down completely with just a couple clips, and then you can pop them back up. What else? Door wise, I've had a few questions about doors. So this door has a mesh screen which zips all the way down to the base like that, completely sealing you in. It also has a bucket ground sheet, this tent, which is good because obviously you don't want it to flood. You can unzip that completely, oops, maybe all the way to the top, and if you wanted to, you can have your door which goes down here like this, and then this just has 2 side zips like so, and that just sits, the door sits way below the line of your mesh zip. So if you were to velcro that down like so, with the mesh zip in, that would cover it completely and you wouldn't get any water leakage in whatsoever. So that's the tent. When I'm putting this down in a minute, this door will remain open for 2 reasons. Because not only is there an absolute gargantuan amount of air inside this tent anymore now, when we put it up, because the door was closed, it created a giant vacuum. That means putting it up is 10 times harder because you're having to work against not only the weight of the tent, not only the weight of the poles and the wind hitting the tent, but also the vacuum from inside the tent pulling it closed. Make sure it stays. So we're going to be leaving the door wide open this time. There is one of the sides, or there was, one final thing on this tent. Just to this right hand side, you have this little zip covered by the flap. That is for your electric. You can trace your wire in through there, come into the side, and then once that's in, you have obviously your extension cord. That can then, you can then charge your phone, run your cooler, charge your camera, all that sort of jazz. So good little add-on there. Yeah, the Vango Iris 600. Very good sized tent for your family. You don't want to be doing anything less than 3 nights in this. The awkwardness, it is a bit awkward to set up, but once it's set up, because it's a bigger tent, so much room, so much comfort, and because it's Vango, it's quality. So yeah, excellent tent. Right, now we've got it up, I'm showing you around it a little bit. let's do the Orca thing and get it back down again. So, what do you want to do when taking it down? Well, first things first, these little black clips, we take those off. We're going to start unpoling it. So I'm going to take the front pole out first, then the middle pole, and then the back pole, and then just slide them all out, leaving the pegs in. Might be confusing as to why I've done that. I'm only doing that because it is a windier day, and the tent will take off and we will never see it again. Go is out. So there we go, that's that one. That's all the poles out. Now I'm going to take the back end up, rotate it around so it's not facing the wind, and the wind pushes all the air out of it. I'm going to fold it into the right size, measure up against the bag, stick the poles in and roll it up. Let's see if that works. It's going to be 5. Or, yeah, it's 5. This is the plan. Grab the corner, grab the next toggle along. You've got that? And then I'm going to fold it this into the middle, like so, and then we're going to fold it upwards like that. Okay, so you're going to stand here and you're going to hold these two corners. Grab the side. Cool, now flip one side over, so like that. There you go. Like that. And there you have it folded into 5 pieces. So what I've done there is fold the middle up. So I've grabbed the middle part of the tent, grabbed the 2 edges, and I've brought the 2 edges in to the middle, and that means I've created like a W shape, which is 5 straights, and then I can pack them together and fold it onto the floor on one of the sides, and then I have a 5-piece fold all the way at the end of the tent. So now I can roll the poles towards the doors, pushing all the air out and having the perfect size for that little bag over there. That's the plan anyway. And start rolling. There we go, all rolled up. Grab my tent bag, gonna lay my tent bag next to it, stick the bulky end in first. Like so. Loosen your straps on the top. These are tent tightening straps, just to compress the tent inside the bag. There you have it. The Vango Idris 600. Weighs a ton, big as a bus, but is luxury in the camping world. So thank you very much for watching the tent setup and review. Hopefully you've learned something from it. Hopefully this has shown you something about the tent that you can benefit from. Really appreciate it if you left me a like, dropped a comment down below with something positive, and of course I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. If you really want to, just ring that little notification bell and you'll be told on your phone or your device whenever I post next. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Callum, and I'll catch you on the next one.